What's up, guys? It's Corey here with Dapper Dollars, and today I want to talk about whether or not merch is a better investment than real estate. Now, this example that I've got today is from Graham Stephan's channel. Graham Stephan is amazing. He is the inspiration for me starting this YouTube channel, and he has some of the best advice as far as retiring early and living that frugal life so that you can be financially independent as soon as possible. And while he loves real estate, I am of the opinion that merch is a better investment option for people in my stage of life. Someone who might be like yourself, trying to build income as fast as possible, and you don't exactly have the capital needed to start. So with this thought out there, let's go ahead and get started on why I think merch is a better investment than real estate for my situation. Now, he goes over a $360,000 triplex that is triplex, 3 units, all bringing in $1,000 a month. So the triplex is making $3,000 a month. But not all of that is take-home money. While $3,000 might be great to live on, it's just not the case whenever you're in a whenever you own a rental property. You have to pay for things like property management. You have to pay for the gardening. You have to pay for pest control. You've got to pay for insurance on the home. There are just things that bring the cost down to around, I think, $1,900 a month. So you wind up with a take-home pay of around $1,900 a month if you paid cash for the whole thing. So you pay $360,000 cash. You now have a rental property that is bringing you $1,900 a month. This is somewhat of a good investment if you have $360,000, but if you don't and you need to get a loan, you're going to have to put 20% down to buy an investment property. That's just the name of the game. If you're buying real estate and you're not intending to live in that space, you have to put $20,000 down to be legal. So what's 20% of $360,000? That is $75,000. That's a lot of scratch. So I don't know about you. I don't happen to have $70,000 laying around, but let's assume that we did, and we were going to put a down payment on this house so that we could buy a triplex and get this extra cash coming in. So now we get to pick up a mortgage payment. That's just a magical word, isn't it? A mortgage. It's the sound of 30 years of bondage. Anyway, so a 30-year mortgage, you put 20% down is $75,000. Your income now is $444 a month. I don't know about you, but $444 a month is just not a lot whenever you put $75,000 into something. It's just no. So let's contrast all of this with merch. Well, before we contrast it with merch, let's talk about the arguments for a real estate property. Some people might say the asset is going to appreciate, and that is true. Let's say generously this asset goes up over time to $600,000, and maybe rents have also gone up to $1,500. So now you have 1,500 times 3, $4,500. You've got $4,500 a month coming in. That's still not that great, and you've got to wait 30 years to pay this off to get your $600,000, and all that time you're making $444 a month. And some people would also say you're building equity in the property. So now you get the tenants to pay off the mortgage payment, and then you're left with the principal, which is the cost of the house after 30 years. So you have a $600,000 asset. That's great if you have 30 years and $75,000 to make this thing happen. That is a great investment. That's a 12% return, I think. But I'm just not in that situation, and I don't know if you are. If you are, that's great. But let's say you take that $75,000 and you do something towards merch. Now, what could you do with merch for $75,000? Well, you could hire a boatload of artists and just assume that you know what you're doing and create content, put it on merch, and see if it sells. Or you can take that $75,000, go to an amazing site called Empire Flippers, and what does Empire Flippers do? They sell money-making properties, online money-making properties. So, we're at Empire Flippers. They sell merch accounts. You can go to empireflippers.com right now and see what merch sites are available to buy. So for $75,000, I saw two merch accounts that had sold. One was profiting $2.3 thousand, to another one was profiting $2.9 thousand. You might say, well, what if they had AMS? What if they had artists that they were paying? This is all included. That's 2.3 and 2.9 after AMS and artist. Think about that. $75,000 down to make 2.3 to 2.9 thousand a month. Done. No tenants, no risk of property, no having to worry about replacing people, no having to worry about dealing with the people who are in the house or them tearing it up. It's a merch account like you have right now probably. It's solid. And it seems like it's a no-brainer. To me, it seems like a no-brainer that at this stage of my life, if I were to invest $75,000, it would be in something like a merch account. Because even more than real estate property, a merch account is going to appreciate faster because you have control of it. You have the ability to log into that account every day and make more shirts. You can't go to a real estate property and build on additional units. Well, I guess you could, but most of the tenants are probably going to move out. With a merch account, you have the ability to add to that, to make it an even bigger asset. So, let's say at the end, once you are done with paying it off, let's say you took out a loan to pay for it, and you wanted to sell it again after the time it's been paid off, you can sell it for a much higher multiple if you put the effort into it. If you do what most people do and upload maybe 2 to 3 shirts a day continuously with the right research over time, that asset is likely to double, if not triple, at the way that merch is growing. So you now have an asset that you could sell for over 6 figures, and you bought it for $75,000. You probably could sell it for $150 to $160. So that is why, in my opinion, buying a merch account or buying online properties is extremely undervalued or underappreciated right now. It's one of those assets that is just, it's not being taken advantage of the way that it should, and it's probably going to appreciate over time faster because people are going to realize that this whole making money online thing is a real thing that people are doing. And the way that they calculate these online accounts is with a monthly multiple. So the reason that you buy a merch account for $75,000 is because it's a 28 to 31 times multiple of the monthly income. That means you multiply the monthly income times 28 28 to 31, and that's how much you're going to pay for the website. So that is an extremely low multiple compared to real estate. Let's say in real estate you're making $3,000 a month and you're paying $360,000 a month. That's an insane multiple. I'll put the actual number in the video, but I can't do it off the top of my head. Anyway, it's a no-brainer. So in my opinion, merch accounts beat out, and I mean online properties in general, beat out a real estate investment at this time of my life. Now there are probably people out there who a real estate property investment would make more sense because the internet could shut down, the Google algorithms could change, merch shirts could not rank anymore, they could be beat out by other shirts. But overall, most of us know that our merch accounts are shown to be pretty stable if you do it right. So if you do the research, you find the right accounts that are for sale, you can make a huge difference in your family's life. Shout out to law enforcement. Yep. Might leave that in there. I mean, American flag, fire truck driving by. Let's go America. Anyway, that's the video. Hope y'all enjoyed it. Have a great day. Remember, someone out there is going to do something great every day. Why not you? Have a great day, guys.